What's good, everyone? This is Marcus Dafingaz, D-A-F-I-N-G-A-Z, back with the Sampleist and another review. This time we're going to look at Wrongtools Longitudinal or Longitudinal. I even have it spelled wrong right here on my screen, but we're going to dive right in. What is Wrongtools? Before we get into that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, the Sampleist on YouTube, and make sure that you get ring the bell notification to get notified for upcoming videos and reviews like the one you're about to see on Longitudinal or Longitudinal. I think I'm gonna say Longitudinal in this video. What is Wrongtools Longitudinal? It is in collaboration with Norway. Wrongtools Norway Longitudinal. It is lengthwise tonal production. It has diverse tuned percussion articulations. You get a bunch of textures and presets. And shift and evolve these textures. You have multiple mic patches, including close. You have the stereo and mid-side. You have the decatree. You have the flank. You have the hall. So you have 5 mic options, mic mix options. You can use your key switch or CC changes to switch the articulations. You have random sample start options. You have simulated round robin options. It was recorded by the Fartine Valen with members of the Stavanger Symphony Orchestra. I probably mispronounced all of that stuff, but it was recorded by some great musicians. It has 120 patches. It has 1,477 samples. Again, 1,477 samples. It clocks in at 4.4 gigabytes. It requires the full version of Kontakt, and at the time of this recording, it is at an intro price of 119 euros, and it will go back up after the intro to 189 euros. So let's dive into the plugin here. I have the plugin along with the folder that you get when you download the plugin. When you purchase it, you get 4 different folders here, and in these folders, don't be fooled by the small number of 4 here, because once I dive into one, there you go. You start seeing more presets open up. I believe 19 there. You have more there. So we're going to go in and just play through some of them. We're going to start with the multi-bass marimba, followed by dark tune percussion. It's a long name, but I have it loaded up here. So let's just play through. I'm going to hold down the note a little bit. So right out the gate, you hear that it's already doing some evolving as I'm holding the note down. It's doing the little rolls. So if I just play it once and let go, you hear the roll a little bit. But if I hold it down, at least in this particular case, let's talk a little bit about the plugin. We will go through a lot of these sounds and different options in the preset playthrough. In the plugin itself, you have volume dynamics. So if I turn the volume down, you won't hear anything. Mute. If I turn dynamics down, I'm going to play C. Again, you have more control over the dynamics. We're down at pianissimo here. With rev over here on the left, this is reverb. This is not reverse, it's reverb. So let's bring this off. Bring it up. Again, you should be hearing that reverb come through. I'm going to turn that down there. Then we have delay. Let's delay off. Bring this up. Hopefully you definitely hear that. You have an LFO that you can bring up to 100%. Hopefully you hear that happening. And then at the bottom here, you have vibrato. You should be hearing that. And then you also have a low pass filter where you can adjust the low pass filter, the frequency and everything. So this is rolling off everything above 19.9. And if we bring this down, you only hear the lows there. So it's actually low pass, high cut. And then down here, you can hit this little bitty gear icon to get even more settings. So you can adjust the sample start. You can adjust the ADSR. So for example, you hear it cutting off right there. I can have that straight all the way through. You can adjust the reverb. So let's say I don't want the, I guess that's wrong room. I can go to big room. I can go to spread, dark spring. Bring that up a little bit. Hear that spring coming through. You can adjust pre-delayed length. You can adjust the delay. So let's say if I don't want it to be on my tempo, I can adjust it for, let's hit the icon again, the rate to 1/16. And then of course I can crank it up to get more of that. Then you have some LFO options where you can adjust the pump, the trigger, the rate, the LFO pan, the shape. So you have the sawtooth, sine, triangle, wave options there. And then of course vibrato, you can adjust the speed there. And then on the right here, you can adjust the bend range and the transpose option. So if I do the bend, and then if, let's say I want to adjust this up here, you can adjust it up a whole octave. And then transpose, of course, if I want to transpose it up a step, you can use that option. Of course, you can also use the tune option up here in the Kontakt. Cool. So that is just a quick overview of the plugin. You have some effects options down here also, so I can adjust the, I can have it off. I can add cylinder. And you can see some fun items showing up on the screen there where you can have some fun with that. And then we can go to trimmers. Hopefully you hear that coming through. Let's go to Nokin. Might be kind of low there, but you can start to build some really atmospheric things. Let's go to Pigment. Let's go to Holdra. Polygon. Tracker. Some really great effects here. Sadist. A lot of like pad low in there. Digidust. And finally Flicks. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mute the microphone. Actually, there's one more thing here. There is the manual. You can click the little book here and you can go to look on the online user handbook. I'm not going to do that now. And then there are some options over here at the bottom where you can see some other stuff down there about the plugin. And then you have your 5 mics here. I was going to say 6. You have your close, you have your mid side, you have your flank, and your hall. Here's a close. Here is the mid side, the tree, the flank, and the hall. So you can hear it getting a little bit distance. You can adjust those mic levels as needed. You can purge them if you don't need them all. As you see when I turn it off, it says purged. So you have those options there. So what I'm going to do now is mute the microphone, and we're going to go through some of these presets. And yeah, you'll see me load them from the right here, and they'll load up on the left, and I'll play a chord or a little quick passage. Here we go. Well, that is just some of the presets. I really like the vibration metaphors and the pendulum sounds. You can really dive in there, get some great effects for like horror stuff, horror trailer stuff, some cinematic things, some pads and things like that. So what we're going to do now is I am going to jump over to a demo that I created featuring Wrongtools Longitudinal. Here we go. So you might have noticed that it skipped this whole middle part. It's basically a track that I'm making for sync. Sounds like something for, might be for a sports thing. We'll see. Maybe you'll hear it in an upcoming sports broadcast. But you can use elements like this, plugins like Wrongtools Longitudinal for whatever projects you're working on. So I like to use these things for sync, trailers, whatever project I'm currently working on. And at the time of reviewing this, I was working on some sync projects. So here's what I have going on, just using Wrongtools. I'm just going to focus on those. I have this bell melody that I came up with. That's the basic melody you hear throughout the whole track. You see it comes like often throughout the track. And then I have this P-Bowls pad sound. Like bell twinkling type things. What we like to call ear candy. And then I have this longitudinal tubular bells, which is coming every, the same time that you hear those P-Bowls. This is the bells. And the next time it comes around, we add a higher octave. So hopefully hopefully you hear that higher octave coming in. And then finally, I have this timpani, sort of like a riser. I'm going to come to the end one here, so you can hear the full thing. It's like a roll riser, like timpani type bell, but here's how that sounds. And it's actually more of the mallets than it is a timpani, but you hear the timpani in there a little bit. So I'm going to play all of these, the Wrongtools longitudinal that I have just from the ending here. And then the roll to end it. So shout out to Wrongtools for providing this to us over here at the Sampleist for no charge. Again, Wrongtools has 120 patches, 1,477 samples, clocks in at just over 4 gigabytes. It does require Kontakt full, but definitely check out Wrongtools Longitudinal, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more great reviews like this, and we will see you in the next video. This is Marcus Dafingaz, Dafingaz. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right, peace.